How's it going, guys? Hank here, back at it again with another short video on the Review and Preview Sports YouTube channel. And folks, as always, please don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Give us a like, give us a comment, let us know your thoughts. We want to hear from you guys. So, the Yankees made a few more trades to conclude the trade deadline, which, for the most part, all things considered, I thought was a pretty big success for the Yankees. Trading for Andrew Benintendi was definitely a win. Trading for Frankie Montas and Lou Trevino also win, as well as getting Scott Efros from the Chicago Cubs. And now, of course, the Yankees also were able to make a few smaller deals. The one that I'm going to be covering, though, will be the Harrison Bader trade. So the Yankees, with this trade, lose Jordan Montgomery. He was a solid number 5 lefty starter that I thought was going to be one that was capable to be making some more starts for the playoff stretch run. And, you know, look, even though he had been struggling in his last few starts, because of how well he did in the first half of the season, I'm kind of surprised that the Yankees didn't really get that much in return for Jordan Montgomery. But when looking at this trade, even though on the surface it's puzzling, I don't think it's necessarily that bad because with Harrison Bader, you're getting a guy who is another center fielder, and he's someone who they're getting more for speed and defense purposes, not so much for putting the bat in the lineup. So once he comes back from his injury, and he'd been dealing with plantar fasciitis all season long, assuming he comes back in September, I would assume that if he's going to be playing at all, the Yankees will probably be playing the Bronxville native, fun fact for those of you who live in Westchester, as maybe, say, a defensive replacement or probably a pinch runner. So, all in all, I don't think that's necessarily a terrible trade from the Yankees' perspective. I think, and as far as the pitching rotation goes, with the loss of Montgomery, I'm going to assume this means you can probably, I would assume that either Domingo Germán gets the number 5 spot, or maybe a call of Luis Hill, who in a few starts that he's made the past few seasons, he did not lose a game. He showed some good signs for them last year. So it definitely gives them some options, and I feel like he's going to be more of an option in center field next year, assuming that he will be fully healthy if he plays. But otherwise, I think this was a good deal. And of course, the other move that was made by Brian Cashman was trading Joey Gallo to the Los Angeles Dodgers for their number 15 prospect. And look, I don't care what happens with the guy that the Yankees ended up trading for. I think getting rid of Joey Gallo, if you're a Yankee fan, I think you know that is definitely addition by subtraction, although I think my only real big fear with Joey Gallo is if the Yankees have to play the Dodgers in the World Series. I just hope he doesn't all of a sudden turn into Barry Bonds on them. But that's really all I have to talk about with regards to the trades. I think overall, if I were to assess how Brian Cashman did during this trade deadline, I would give him a solid A minus. He filled a lot of needs, but I think he probably could have done a little bit better with the Jordan Montgomery trade, even though Harrison Bader might not necessarily be a bad return. It just seems like a bit of a risk. But in any event, as far as our social media goes, of course, please don't forget to follow us on all of our platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below and let us know your thoughts. Do you think this was a surprising trade? Do you think the Yankees could have gotten more for Jordan Montgomery? Do you think the Yankees were able to ended up getting a capable player in return? And of course, do you think the Yankees getting rid of Joey Gallo was addition by subtraction? I think you know the answer for me for that one, but that's about all I have to talk about for today. Until next time, I'm Hank Dicker, and I will probably see you guys later for another short video on the Review and Preview Sports YouTube channel.